Okay, we're critiquing your video from last night, and we're going to improve this video. I'm now going to listen.
Belgrade High School chemistry class. The time is September 22nd, 1975.
Okay, so that's good. We have, I would just start with something that says Belfry High School
Chemistry class.
chemistry class.
The time is September 22nd,
Belfry High School chemistry class, September 22nd, 10 a.m.,
1975.
1975, uh,
1:40 p.m.
1:40 p.m. So those are the facts. Belfry High School. I keep forgetting when it. Belfry High School chemistry class, September 22nd, 1975, 1:40 p.m. And
Unbeknownst to me, in about 10 minutes,
unbeknownst to me, in about 10 minutes.
curled up in a fetal position.
Now, you will, unbeknownst to me, in about 10 minutes, I will be curled up in a fetal position, but you don't actually say that later on in the story. So, either you have to say what it is that made you actually curl up in a ball in a fetal position, or you can explain that I will be put in such, I will be I will be so filled with fear, terror, and frustration that I will want to curl myself up in a ball in a fetal position in the corner of the room. Right?
Inches away from shitting my pants.
Inches, inches away from shitting my pants. That happens to be very good. I like that. You have to figure out how to do that. Um,
To know if the class had
Mr. Fluharty,
solved
the 30 impossible chemistry problems over the weekend. Right. So,
why
um,
not?
you can paint a picture of Mr. Fluharty right then. Mr. Fluharty, who, by the way, looks like a such and such, whatever it is, big hairy American troll.
I knew I hadn't answered any of them correctly.
um,
Ridiculous. How many?
and uh, then afterwards, when you say 30, you can explain to him that it's not actually the right answer because they were impossible. He knew they were impossible, and why would anyone lay claim to having solved 30 of them, especially looking as panicked as you looked? That, any self-respecting genius who had solved those 30 questions would confidently pronounce, I have solved them. Or you can say something like, would that person confidently announce, proclaim, I have solved them? Or would that person do what I did, which is, 30.
Did you answer?
Yeah. Um, so there's another nice thing. You go through a few different people, but each of those different people, I would endow each of those people with a different quality. And one of them might be a panicked look like a deer in headlights where it just goes,
How many did you answer?
and then he just looks at that person and shakes his head and goes on to the next. Matthewson? Right. Samuel? Right? And then right,
Right.
right, right. And then this is where you can say, now, just so you understand, Wright was leaning against the wall, passed out with, and how did we know he was passed out? There was some drool that had miraculously connected itself to between the wall and his shoulder. So,
Denzel was asleep.
you know,
Fluharty pick up a 1970s era chalkboard eraser.
1970s era chalkboard eraser, and with dead on balls accurate laser guided accuracy hitting Denzel square on the top of the head. Uh,
There was a silent explosion of chalk dust.
right, there was a silent explosion of chalk. uh, yeah, there's something there that can be elaborated.
Wide-eyed panic ensued. There was
Wide-eyed
laughter,
panic ensued,
crying.
laughter, laughter, crying, uh, frogs, locusts, killing of the firstborn. It was mayhem. I don't know, just throwing that in
This
there.
is when I found myself balled up
And this is when I found myself balled up in the fetal position. Okay, that's where it was.
before passing out.
Before passing out.
Remember seeing the classroom clock and thinking to myself, "Oh my God, we saw 3."
So exactly why are you balled up on the? Why are you balled up in a fetal position? Are you in the fetal position, laughing hysterically and almost shitting your pants out of laughter? Because you don't actually. Right. You don't. Right.
40 minutes of class.
Right. Oh no, we have 40 minutes of class left.
So I did a quick Google search this morning for Mr.
Quick Google
Fluharty.
search for Mr. Fluharty. He
Learned
passed.
that
He
passed
died
away
recently.
just
Would have
a year
loved
ago.
to. Would have loved to get to had his take on this.
He could just as easily be a homeless guy as a captain of industry.
Right. As a captain of it, could have easily has been. It could as easily have been a homeless guy as a captain of industry. That's good.
Only one emotionally scarred by Mr. Fluharty, the most brilliant and mentally crippling teacher in Belfry High School.
There's a lot to be said for this. I think it's getting there. I think it's getting there. That makes sense, right? Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to start to come up with some phrases. The most brilliant and mentally crippling teacher in Belfry High School. That's good. And I think that you can repeat that one. The most brilliant and mentally crippling teacher in Belfry High School. The most brilliant and mentally crippling teacher in Belfry High School. And then when you get to it at the end, you can just, you don't have to look away because that one you've gotten down now. So you can say, and that's my most jarring, vivid, and impactful memory, 40 years later, of Mr. Fluharty, the most uh, brilliant and mentally crippling teacher in Belfry High School, right? So you start to have these phrases that you can link to some of the stuff, and you put that in there where it needs to be, and you link that phrase with the intro words, whatever it is, and then you get that as a thing that goes forward, and then you can, touch base with the anchor points that you have in the story. Tape that story right next to on your screen so that you don't have to stare at yourself. You can look right into that, camera lens, but you're looking right at what you have right here. So it's here and there, here and there. And that way it becomes quicker to have to examine, right?